It's a big game here on a Sunday afternoon.
It absolutely is. The CAA is as competitive as it's ever been. Monmouth comes in here rebounding the ball extremely well as a team. Their bench has been on fire offensively. And then on the flip side for the Tribe, every game they've won here at home has been really hard to come by, super gritty wins, but they continue to be anchored in their defense. She's nothing to play with. The senior guard out of Gaithersburg, Maryland, an extremely savvy ball handler, comfortable against one-on-one pressure, like we know William & Mary likes to apply. And she has excellent court vision, is able to make those lobs and skip passes that might be hard for other kind of players to make. And in the third and fourth quarter at Hampton on Friday, played a pivotal role, barrage of points and assists to lead them to that win. Yeah, her third start, her first since November 15th of last year. She made the most of it, Andrew. She was in a battle with Hofstra's two bigs the entire game, but found a way to command the boards. In the post-game press conference, she said rebounding is a matter of will and want, and she wanted it. She had a game-high 8 rebounds for the Tribe.
You know, I think I called McKeska kiddo earlier today. What we just saw from her, taking that elbow to the chops, that was not giving kiddo.
Wow, Big Bucket Bella. I think that's what we're going to call her this season. I like that.
I like it.
You know, if she's wearing number 5, we got to give her a fire nickname.
That's
you already
right.
know.
That is all Kayla Rolfe, folks. She saw Lonnie Brown playing her best one-on-one defense, saw Keyshauna Washington might get the best of her, came over and trapped, and man, Riley Casey and Sydney Wagner, who else do you want running a fast break?
And you know, Andrew, in a game like this, they're trying to test your dog a little bit. You know what I mean? It's a 7-5-7 showdown. We know that. It's kind of bragging rights. You know, no one wants to come out of this one saying, well, I lost to the team down 64. So you got to think there's a little bit of that in this one, too. And Coach E, as we know, is an extremely competitive woman. So you got to think her team takes on that personality.
There have been times Monmouth has handled this William & Mary pressure extremely well, and times they've just straight up thrown the ball away. And that time, they didn't throw it away, but they walked it away. A travel call on Sandrine Kleska.
She's got the touch now, too. My goodness, it's contagious.
William & Mary, again, we've talked about it time and time again. They're trying to acclimate so many pieces and mesh so many different skill sets. And defensively, sometimes that shows up as well because there's connectivity that you have to build with your teammates, chemistry even on that end of the floor. But they're slowly but surely doing that.
Yeah, William & Mary's got to get back to forcing those turnovers, those travel calls they were getting because they were speeding up VCU. And you see them here double-teaming TBIASU at half court. Lee Cauley and McKeska.
And how about that run from Nyla Young?
That's beautiful basketball, Andrew. That is team defense. That is being on one accord, knowing when to go and blitz that trap, and Nyla Young getting out rim running and getting the layup in transition.
When she gets that ball as an outlet or a rebound in transition, she's gone. She's getting it up the court and forcing the issue with Drexel's defense. And if they don't come up to stop her, that's where we saw those 2-and-1s in transition. And, man, she's really lighting it up.
Andrew, how did she fit through that space? She's just so slippery in there. She's quick and she's strong. It's such an excellent blend for a post player to have. What a move by Nyla Young. And what an entry pass for Bella Nascimento, too, by the way. That was not an easy fit.
How about the left hand off the dribble pass from Sid, though? The skill, folks. Don't take for granted the skill that these ladies are playing with.
The name of the game for post players is positioning, right? If you don't necessarily have the height, if you don't necessarily have that crazy bounce that some post players are just gifted with, it's about positioning. And she understands where she needs to be, where she can get leverage for certain entry passes, for duck-ins. She's just a high IQ basketball player, and that's why I say she's just gifted. She's extremely gifted.
Speaking as someone who threw out their back on their 23rd birthday on a longboard, please wear your helmets, your pads, all that good stuff. Yeah. Even if you think you're young and spry, you'll be humbled eventually.
She put that thing, I think, as far up on the glass as you can put it without it going out of bounds. What a finish. It's about composure here. It's about execution. It's about playing good defense, finishing your defensive possession with a rebound here for William & Mary, and not allowing for any second chance points, especially not any kickouts to shooters.
And she makes the shot look so effortless. It's such an unassuming shot, but it's so beautiful. And that one was cash, bottom of the net.
They set a flare screen for her to get the flare 3 ball. She saw her defender, cheated it, didn't take the flare, stepped up, knocked it down. Just a savvy veteran play from Sid Wagner.
Bree Bellamy was the energy on that possession. She came all the way from the paint to the top of the key to trap that ball with Alexa McKeska, and they get exactly what they want out of it. That's just nasty. That's just nasty, Sid. Go ahead.
That last William & Mary possession, though, you see Sid matched up with a big. My goodness. You know, forget everything I was going to say. Riley Casey is on fire. Drexel's trapping off these high ball screens that William & Mary likes to set, so they've got to be able to handle that pressure.
hit their release valve and keep their offense moving.
She, Sid Wagner, and I also think Beck Frisbee-Smith do a great job of attacking closeouts, attacking the high foot of their defenders, and getting to the basket in a straight line.
The freshman with the flair. Come on, Lex.
They run a 10-person rotation. That's a lot of bodies, a lot of fresh energy on each substitution. So William & Mary, they've got a great amount of effort and energy so far in this game, but as the game wears on, does that matter? Will they be fatigued, or will they still have the same amount of energy? And a lot of that has to do with pace, the pace that they allow themselves to play at, the pace that they allow Monmouth to make them play at defensively.
I want to give a shout out to all the players who, high school, college, no matter what level you're at, you're not a starter. You come in off the bench. You have to stay ready all the time. I know that feeling, and it's hard to do it sometimes, especially over winter break.
Yeah.
when some of those top scorers, those top players were out, and when you get called on, you've got to go out there and perform. And, man, every time I've seen Caitlin Wingers on play, I have been impressed. And talking to Coach Dickerson Davis about her, she's been consistent since this new coaching staff has got on campus, so I applaud her.
Hello and welcome into today's edition of Cronkite Sports Spotlight on triathlonlive.tv. My name is Misha Jones alongside my lovely co-anchor, Miss Sarah Abbott. We're going to get you warmed up for a day full of Women's Collegiate Triathlon Championship coverage. We've got Caitlin Immel handling the ball at the top, a lot of ball pressure from ASU in every game this season, and you see in the back, these three off-ball defenders are very ready to step in and help or to cut off Caitlin Immel's passing angles as she tries to drive the paint and make something happen. Brianna Sanders gets stuck in the backcourt here. She's in the same situation ASU has put their opponents in for both games of this season, and she can't get a pass off. She's got 10 seconds to get it across the timeline. Does not do that. Minnesota's got length and size and speed defensively that really does match up well with ASU. And without further ado, we'll close out our time here in studio and send you to Tempe, where the Women's Collegiate Triathlon Championship is set to begin here in just a few moments. For Sarah Abbott and the rest of our crew, I'm Misha Jones, and this has been a special edition of Cronkite Sports Spotlight. Thanks for watching.